estimated that 9 out of 10 people with mental health problems say that stigma has made their problems worse.
I can see that.
Yeah.
I think for me, I know for sure it'd probably be what I see depicted on television.
Okay.
And like, you know, when you watch those characters and there's someone depressed and it just shows like they're in bed all day doing nothing. Like, so that's what I'm thinking, like they're in bed all day doing literally nothing. But like just seeing more people be vocal about it.
I guess stigma or like the stereotype of people with depression is just down, or people with anxiety are always anxious, when it's not necessarily the case. Because there are people who sit there and smile every day and then kill themselves, and then everybody's confused because they seemed happy. But there's different versions and variations because everybody is different.
I'm going to use the example of 13 Reasons Why Hannah Baker committed suicide. But I just felt like she was being over dramatic. But then that's why depressed people, they don't speak on it, because if they do speak on it, they get people like me who say like, you're being dramatic, or like, you're doing too much.
A lot of us were raised different, so it's like I can put up with a lot of things that another person can't put up with.
How are people able to live with and manage mental health problems that they're unable to fully recover from?
If I'm sad, I'll try my best to be with, you know, people that make me happy, you know, but at the end of the day, whatever's troubling me is still staying with me.
I think that one of like the hardest things is to change that negative cognition. And with people who have depression and have anxiety and mental illnesses, like what's something that affects them a lot is the thought of, oh, this will never end. And that's what contributes to it being chronic.
How do we challenge the negative stereotypes attached to mental health? I think talking about it is key, especially with those actually struggling with it.
You're educating me when you're telling me stuff about yourself or just in general. So I think if people were more upfront and honest, that would help.
We don't really sit down and talk about stuff like this, so like this would never be brought up.
We're not meant to suffer in silence or live in isolation. We're all meant to thrive, and community provides that space.
Within my 3 little roommates, that's like community there for me. It shows like, you know, someone cares about me and how I feel. Whether I answer her always or I don't, like I know that I have that little community that I can run to.
My frustration, my sadness, whatever it was, food became my outlet, you know, so I realized how important it was for me to be able to have community.
They say, oh, I get a doctor's appointment, you know, and it's like, it's a normal thing. But why can't we speak on like therapists, mental health professionals, something that's just, right?
Like your parents take you to the doctors every year or every 2 times a year. So it's like normal. You're supposed to go to the doctor every year. People don't grow up going to the therapist. I mean, some people do, but I know I didn't. So later in the future, I'm not thinking, oh, maybe I should book an appointment with a therapist.
Moving forward, we have a group chat, we have a social media where we post upcoming events. So